Y'all know that the narrative has been that is actually rioters and looters that are the problem, and that's why police have been so aggressive. It has nothing to do with the fact that they're just fucking psychopaths. Excuse my language. It has nothing to do with that. Has nothing to do with the fact that they're just crazy. And for a long time, the powers that be, including the police departments, have been able to pitch the idea that riots are always the initiator of police violence, right? Like the reason that things got crazy in Chicago, what was it, the 60s and in the 90s with oh man, don't oh my gosh, who was the man who got beat? Rodney King. Good God Almighty. All right, back at it. But they wanted to have people believe that the riots were happening from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. No, that's not what happens. What happens is that peaceful protests are infiltrated, and peaceful protesters are agitated, and they are agitated and infiltrated by violence from police officers. Now, how do we know this, ladies and gentlemen? Because we are fortunate enough now to live in the era of social media and a 4K recorder at the palm of your hands. You could damn near make a documentary in 2020 just on police brutality with your damn cell phone. Edit it with your cell phone, film it with your cell phone, upload it with your cell phone, which would be very difficult. It'll take a long time unless you got really good at Wi-Fi, but you can do everything with this. The importance of being able to film police corruption has literally saved the narrative. As we had one side trying to tell us that Russians were the cause of all these riots, and then we had another side trying to tell us that Antifa was the cause of all these riots. And then we come to find out through film, through exposure, that it is actually, for the most part, been police officers sparking off on peaceful protesters. I mean, hell, the other day in Miami, live coverage, I saw protesters backing up and walking away. And when one man turned around, luckily he turned back around to make sure that the cops weren't near him. But when he turned around, a cop tried to swing his baton at him in the back of his head. Luckily, the guy turned back around and ducked it. And it was live on. He did that right in front of a local television station. But now Tucson, Arizona is trying to stop this accountability that once again has literally saved the narrative. This is according to Tucson.com. Tucson creates a new ordinance to deter aggressive First Amendment auditors. Oh God. The Tucson Police Department will no longer be forced to star in videos that cater to cop haters. Is that what we're calling that now? Videos that cater to cop haters. You mean videos that expose corruption and abuse on behalf of police officers? Because that's what that is. But let's continue. The city council took action last week on a distinctly 21st century problem. People showing up at crime scenes with cell phones in hand, looking to create conflicts they can post online for profit. What? That's a super weird way to say people who just happen to be standing there. No, like, bro, who the I mean, once again, this might be a black thing, but even white friends don't do this. What person do you know sees cop lights and runs to the police? Like, you might do this. Damn, that's crazy, man. Y'all see what's going on over there? Nah, bro, I ain't been over there yet. You might do that. You might be looking from a distance, but generally, you don't film unless you think that there's some weird stuff going on. Now, some people, because they've basically been forced now at this point because of the corruption, now some people will literally film you like just to prevent you from doing some crazy shit. But generally speaking, people don't just run over the cops and start just recording them at a crime scene. And bro, how do they think that you make money online? How do they think that happens? Do you really think that like police brutality is such a super profitable niche that people are running to put themselves in harm's way? People have been charged for holding a fucking phone and exposing police brutality. You think they're putting themselves in harm's way because this really specific niche is profitable? Come on, bro. Whoever wrote this is a moron. So let me just go ahead and say that. But let me continue. Kelly Presnell at Arizona Daily Star File. You're a moron, Kelly. Just letting you know. You have zero idea how to make money through video online. That's not a thing. They don't even provide any example. Like, if you're gonna make a claim like that, I'm sorry, this is just really bothering me. Because I'm a video creator, right? I create videos for money online. If you're gonna make an outlandish claim like that, you better put some damn statistics on the screen. Yeah, man, people just be running up on cops to film them and make money. What kind of dumbassery is this? Oh, this is what we're dealing with, y'all. This is what we're dealing with. Anyway. The provocateurs are part of a loose network of people who call themselves First Amendment auditors and claim they're protecting the public's right to monitor government activity. Listen, as I respect these First Amendment auditors, whoever they may be, but I've never even heard of them until just now. And you're passing ordinances to protect them from, yeah, like you passed an ordinance on April 27th, right as you're about to send your riot police to attack protesters. So that's when you passed the ordinance to try and ban filming. Interesting. There are only, oh my God. There are about a dozen such people that are operating in the entire state of Arizona, a former participant told the Star. A dozen? Hold up. How many examples of police brutality have we seen? Audio Funk Dollar, thank you very much for the super chat. How many examples of police brutality have we seen since April 25th? Or May 25th, excuse me. I mean, shit, how many examples of police brutality have we seen in general? And so, because of about 12 people in Arizona, Tucson passes a law to make it so that no one else can exercise their rights. Once again, fascists being fascists, fascists supporting fascism. And y'all know I don't like throwing that word around. But in cases where actual fascists are being fascists, this is basically, I mean, it's a pretty clear-cut example. At the very bare minimum, it's authoritarianism. This is this communism that the right likes to make this caricature of. That's what they say. This is communism. This is the communism that they swear the left wants to bring to them. And I am quite aware of the authoritarian left. There is an authoritarian left. But guess what? The right is inherently authoritarian as well. I mean, y'all do believe in a God, and y'all do believe in the concept of blind faith. As a Christian, I am very familiar with it. And you believe in leaders who support the concept of both of these things. And because of the evangelical nature of your religious practices, you tend to gravitate towards politicians who also believe that. A patriarchal figure who's supposed to control your every move, your every thought, your every life. And they're your leading examples, and you don't question them because it's blind faith. Why do you think that QAnon, y'all remember QAnon, the PSYOP that's that I believe is being done by the right to keep Trump supporters placated. Why do you think they're always saying trust the plan? That is an invocation of the idea of blind faith that is pushed in the Bible. And guess what? Those evangelical patriots just eat that type of stuff up. Just trust the plan. And I'm a spiritual person. And I believe in God. But I believe I'm a Christian that's true to the definition of Christianity. The strictest definition is Christ-like. Christ was against authoritarianism. He was actually against religion. He was against the abuse of power, the institutional abuse of power. You know, I'm like a Christian that you're like supposed to be. And yet, once again, we have practicing authoritarian. Like these people are practicing and engaging in this authoritarianism that the right often associates with communism, quote unquote. I throw the air quotes up because, you know, they have their own whole ass definition for communism. But this group is engaging in the same communism that they swear to baby Jesus. That's what they're trying to avoid. Interesting. It says that he said some regard themselves as sovereign citizens, an ideology linked to domestic terrorism, according to the FBI. Well, the FBI has always been so good at labeling domestic terrorists. Right? It said that the Tucson City Council members unanimously passed a new ordinance to curb such activity after viewing video of an extended verbal attack. Really? They passed this ordinance after viewing a video of a verbal attack on a pair of Tucson Police Department officers earlier this year. Are you kidding me? Y'all out here, we're violating rights over verbal attacks? Oh my God. Well, then they must be passing some pretty damn crazy ordinances around that part, considering the literal attacks their citizens have been under, right? Gotta be. Boy, I know that city council was working overtime to pass ordinances for accountability of police brutality. I know that. They gotta be. Come on. This is authoritarianism. That's what this is about. Exercise corrupt authority without accountability. That is what this is about. And this is the type of behavior that many, if not maybe you who have watching this show, but many people have been cheering on. And they swear to God they are not the communists, the caricature of communism that they are so desperately trying to avoid. We hate the police state. Free Assange. Except for when the police state is doing what we don't want it to do, and when our president betrays the man who he says is partially responsible for getting him elected. But hey, we hate the police state and we hate communism. It's a communism authoritarian. They take all, it's just the elite putting money in their pockets and putting money in the pockets of these rich politicians taking my money and giving tax breaks to themselves, passing executive orders, suppressing and oppressing the people. We don't want that. That's why we like Donald Trump, who is doing exactly all of these things. And we defend him with everything. Come on, bruh. You know what they said? That verbal abuse that those police officers took, those poor police officers. They called them the B word. The councilwoman described it as absolutely horrific. I'm choking up, y'all. That's hard. That's hard. You think that tear gas and rubber bullets hurt? Try being a cop and being called the B word on camera. You don't even know, okay? You don't even know. Really? Absolutely horrific? That's what we're... So you're a police officer who's supposed to be protecting me. Excuse me. Protecting me if I was white and owned property. To clarify that. I'm supposed to... You're just brave men and women in the blue. And you're so sensitive that a person comes up to you and films you, and you then have to convince the city council to pass an ordinance because you didn't like being called the B word one time? What? Oh God. Well, it's no wonder we have protesters getting their sense beat out of them. When cops are so sensitive that being called the B word makes them force a city council to restrict people's rights, to hold them accountable. And they're already supposed to be wearing body cams. No wonder y'all so sensitive. Like, no wonder people getting the crap beat out of them. Y'all can't even handle being called the B word by one person. Man, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. It's scary, but it's so scary that it's hilarious. If you like that segment of Mi Casa es Su Casa, don't forget to like the video and smash that subscribe button. Want access to members only live streams, behind the scenes footage, and other premium content? Well, you can endorse us on Rockman Premium, become a patron through Patreon, or you can sign up for the MCSC Premium membership through YouTube. All the links are in the description below. But hey, more than anything else, always remember,
find your balance.
Find your balance.
Find your balance.
Find your balance. Find your balance.
Find your balance. Find your balance.
Always remember, more than anything else, find your balance.
peace.